I'm Robert Peterpaul, bringing you a very exciting Q&A for NYCastings.com. I'm here at the New Amsterdam Theater in New York City, and we're about to go inside Adam Jacobs' dressing room. He plays Aladdin. Let's see if he can bring us a whole new world on acting. Hi, Adam. Thanks so much for taking the time to meet with us today.
My pleasure.
Like your dressing room?
Thank you very much.
Pretty magical. So did you ever think when you were kind of down the way at NYU that you would end up here?
I hoped, that was always the goal. It's every actor's goal who goes to NYU is to be performing on Broadway. And, it didn't happen for me right away. I had to go and tour. I did like 4 national tours before actually coming. Well, I guess I did 3 national tours before coming to Broadway. And, yeah, so I feel very fortunate to have been the part of the few who actually succeeded.
You definitely deserve it. But that's such a prestigious school. What would you say is kind of the #1 lesson you took away from your time there?
I wish I actually took more advantage of my time there because we had such great teachers. All the teachers that go there, they also do shows at night, and they're actually working professionals, and I wish I was able to sort of talk to them a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But I think what I learned the most was just learning from those particular teachers who excelled. Like Alex Corey at Cap 21 was my favorite because she was in Wild Party, and I got to see her. She would teach me vocal performance during the day, and I'd go watch her at night. And she taught me how to act through singing, and there's so many skills that you have to learn as an actor, but that was probably the main one that I took away, is actually believing what she's saying and seeing it in action. Mm-hmm. Makes you believe what she's teaching you all the more.
Do you continue those classes? I can imagine you probably don't have that much time
right
now. But
not currently. I mean, I do take voice lessons, and I've been taking on-camera acting classes, mm-hmm. and the occasional scene study class, but that's about it. I used to go to BDC and do tap and jazz.
Oh, no way.
Some jazz classes and tap, but I haven't in a long, long time. But I wouldn't mind going back there again.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So kind of flashing forward from NYU, your Broadway debut was in 2006, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Yes. It was in Les Mis. You were Marius.
That's right.
Which is really cool. What would you say kind of surprised you about being on Broadway? What was something that you did not expect?
I didn't know what the community was going to be like, and I was very happy to learn that they're very embracing the community, and working with those veterans, those Broadway veterans, Gary Beach and Judy Kuhn and Daphne Rivega, all these wonderful people that I worked with. That was my favorite part about that show, is that I got to learn from them. The rehearsal process in that show, I got to see how these guys work, and I took away a lot from that, and in just terms of process and how to build a character and create a show.
What would you say has been your favorite character to date?
Favorite character
that you've played?
That I played? Aladdin's pretty much up there.
I can see that.
I think between that and Simba and the Lion King, that was because I'd wanted that one forever, mm-hmm. and but when I finally got it, I was so happy. But this one, I feel like it fits me like a glove.
Well, congrats on all your Aladdin success.
Thank you.
It's been amazing. Do you remember the audition? What that was like?
It was a unique thing. It wasn't a typical go to an open call or anything like that. I was actually performing as Simba, mm-hmm. in the national tour, and then the producers of Disney said, "You know what? He might be good Aladdin. Let's bring him in for the initial workshops."
Wow.
So they flew me from the tour, and I got to work with them and did the first developmental readings. And then I did eventually have to audition for Casey Nicholaw when he came on board to direct. Mm-hmm. And that was nerve-wracking because he, was Book of Mormon mm-hmm. superstar. And he kind of jokes about it. He's like, "Why would anybody be nervous about me?" And knowing him now, it's true. He's so down to earth and cool. But at the time, I was very nervous, but he picked me, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I'm glad he picked you.
I'm glad he did too.
What's your favorite part about the role, if you have one?
I love how Aladdin is very cool. He makes everything seem effortless, and I try to bring that to the character. I mean, that was sort of where I wanted to to start from. I used the movie as a guideline, obviously, and then with Casey, we worked on trying to develop a character that was going to be specific to this show. So obviously the movie was an action adventure film, but this is a musical comedy, so we had to make some adjustments here and there.
What would you say was the most challenging part, if there was one for you?
Besides the tap dancing, because I'd never tapped in a show.
That can be it. I'd probably fall on the floor.
The challenging part was probably, because it is a musical comedy, trying to find that balance, finding moments where I could break the fourth wall, and get the audience to sort of like my character. I knew they would anyways, but in a ways to sort of win them over, it's tough because you have the genie who is like so likable and so magnanimous in breaking the fourth wall and ad-libbing all this stuff. I sort of was able to key into his tone, and it took a lot of development to sort of figure that out. And by the end, I would say by now, my show has changed a lot since opening. Like, I feel like now we have this rhythm that's going on between the genie and Aladdin. That's I think really magical, and the audiences love that. So, it takes time. I think by opening night, the show was great, but I feel like it's even beyond what it was before. It continues to get better, which is so cool.
I can see that, and I can imagine it's vocally taxing as well.
It is,
especially this time of year.
Yeah, with the cold weather and all that. How
you kind of stay in shape?
Sleep. I try to sleep as much as I can. Drinks, hot liquids, and steam, and all that good stuff. And I do have twin boys at home, and they're almost 14 months, and my wife lets me sleep on 2 show days. She knows I have to do that in order for my voice to be where it needs to be. So, everybody has their tricks, but that's important. You got to be disciplined. You have to be, can't be going out partying all night and expect to do a good show. You have to be disciplined.
I can imagine your kids love this show, right?
Well, they're a little young. They're but we put on the cast album occasionally, and they recognize. I think they recognize that's my voice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
This is a nice spot to sleep. I would crash here during intermission.
I do occasionally, not intermission. I'm changing during intermission.
Oh, gosh.
So I have no break during the show. I have a 5-minute break in the first act. That's it.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So now we kind of want to do something fun with you. We have this magic lamp. We're going to do a magic lamp flash round.
Okay.
I have some fan questions. Got a lot of tweets, a lot of Facebook requests to ask you guys some things.
Okay.
So we couldn't afford a real magic lamp, so it's our magic lampshade. This is the budget.
Magic lampshade. Nice.
Yeah, bear with me. It was very fun to carry this around the streets of New York.
That's great.
So, if you're down.
I'm down.
Our first question. This is from Joelle. Hi, Joelle.
Hey,
How
Joelle.
do you keep so toned / keep from getting self-conscious?
Toned as in shape? Joelle?
I guess that's what Joelle means.
Well, Joelle, staying toned. You can't see, but right behind here is a couple dumbbells. I also have some TheraBands, and I got some exercise equipment right here in my dressing room that helps me stay toned, as well as doing the show 8 times a week burns a lot of calories, and so I don't have to go run on the treadmill that much because I'm running around here. So that keeps you toned.
Hopefully that helps you out.
Yeah.
Our next one is from Cassie, and she wants to know what your favorite line in the show is.
My favorite line in the show? That's a tough one. I don't think I've ever had that question before. There's the signature line, "Do you trust me?" That's a good line. It's a great line.
I was going to say that before we started the interview.
Yeah.
Just be like, "Do you trust me?" Then I felt like I probably shouldn't.
But there's some other really fun ones in there. Some jokes in there that I love to say. I don't want to spoil it though. You're gonna have to come see the show.
That's a good point.
To get those lines.
I'm excited. I still got to see it. Okay. Besides stalking it on YouTube every second of the day. This is another one from Joelle about staying in shape. So we're just going to ignore that one, Joelle. Sorry about that. All right, this is from Jen. What are your top 3 dream roles besides Aladdin?
Top 3? That's tough. Well, it's from Jen. Jen, my number 1 currently is to play Fabrizio Nacarelli in Flight in the Piazza, because I love that music, love that musical. Another one would be, I'd love another crack at Billy Bigelow in Carousel. I did it in high school, and I'd love to do it again. And maybe Che and Evita, in another revival of that. I love that musical. And yeah, so those would be my top 3.
Good answers. Then we'll just do one more. Let me see, I had one from Shane. Yes, Shane wants to know how it feels to fly around on the magic carpet.
Well, Shane, flying on the magic carpet is pretty magical. I get to see the faces of the audiences, at least the first 6 rows or so, and I get to see their reactions, and I get to hear this audible gasp that comes as the magic happens. And so it's fun. You know, it's not scary. It's not scary at all. Maybe at the first time it was a little scary, but now it's not. It's very fun. It's very fun. It's smooth, and it's a nice magic carpet. It's a very good one. We got a good one.
Oh, you got a good magic carpet. That can be tough. You know, you go to Costco,
you never know.
Sometimes you never know what you're gonna find.
That's right.
Just one more question for you, and I think this is really valuable for our viewers.
Sure. What
would you say is the best piece of advice you have for aspiring actors?
I like to tell people, you know, it can be a tough business. It could be cutthroat. It could be very competitive. So I like to tell people to just believe in themselves and don't let anybody take that passion away from them that brought them into the business in the first place. And for me, it worked to just keep going and to persevere and to keep auditioning. And, you know, there were tough times, but I just kept going and you know, kept training, and eventually it worked out for me. So, and I know that for those people who stick it out, it can work for them too.
That's really good advice, I think. Well, thank you so much, Adam.
Pleasure.
It's awesome to meet you.
Yeah.
You guys got to check out Aladdin if you have not already. Also, you can find Adam on Twitter, Instagram,
Yes.
right? Do you want to shout out your...
It's Adam Jacobs. Adam Jacobs NYC is my Twitter, Instagram, and adamjacobs.net is my website.
You got to check it out. This has been Q&A for NYCastings.com, and I hope that you all stay talented.